Hey everyone, Brady here, coming at you live from Home Office 2020. Just like millions of other people are these days, we hope you are doing very well amidst all of the craziness that's happening. I know there's a lot of thoughts and opinions out there, but I'm going to stick to what's happening here in our lives for you. Um, First, I'll give you an update on the family. In the midst of all this, we are staying home a lot, which has been fun. It's been new. We're essentially getting a crash course on what it might look like to homeschool the girls in the future when they're a little bit older. But right now, we're just having a lot of fun. Mosley being 3, it's a lot of playtime, but we're trying to incorporate some teaching in there, learning letters and numbers, and just trying to be creative and engaging with them while we teach them. So that's been a lot of fun. We are expecting, I know in the last video update I said we were expecting our third child, but now we know it'll be a third girl. And we have chosen a name. The name of our third daughter will be Sloan Story Alexander. And we're very excited. She is due in August, so just a couple months after we move to Albuquerque. For a ministry update for you, things are still going well. It's not ideal, but nothing really is ideal right now for anybody. So we are making the best of it. We are having virtual nav nights. We're using the platform known as Zoom to host virtual nav nights where students will log on to a certain meeting, and we will either teach ourselves or have a pre-recorded message from one of our national leaders with the navigators. And that's been really good. We're able to do breakouts afterwards so the students can have a smaller group to discuss some questions and really talk about what was spoken in the main message. So that's been really good. We still have a good handful of students that are participating in that, as well as our Bible studies as well. So it's been really good despite all the difficulties and the necessary technological using. Another thing that's still thriving is one-on-one discipleship. So I still meet with all the guys that I have one-on-one. It's just through FaceTime or Zoom. But recently we've downloaded another app called Marco Polo, which is essentially video voicemails. And that kind of keeps the conversation going. If there's a little observation or a question that we have, we can just send a little quick video asking that question. And then the other person can respond to it on their time frame, and it's just really good for connecting, reconnecting, and continuing conversations throughout the week. So discipleship is still going well. We're still thriving in that. Students, the guys that I meet with and the girls that Megan meets with are learning. They're being grown in this time. The pressure and the stress that they're in, like so many, they're growing this. God is using it. We would be mistaken to not think that God can use this in great and incredible ways, not only personally, but on a mass scale that we can't even imagine. So I hope that encourages you that the students are still being impacted even in this time, and as am I, and as is my family, and everybody else on staff here. One of the dominant themes that we talk about with our students is, as believers, regardless of who says what or what decisions are made, how are we responding as disciples of Jesus, and how are we doing it with a good, lacking and grumbling attitude? I know that's very challenging for me, and I know it's challenging for many of you out there, and as well as for the students that we meet with. A lot of seniors who are in the midst of senior projects don't get to finish them, things that they've been working on for the past year. Essentially they turn in a little PowerPoint and then they're done. They don't get to see their friends on graduation day and really say heartfelt goodbyes. So there's just a lot of disappointment. So we're challenging them on how to think about how they are to respond in situations like this, and still seek to glorify God. I am continually challenged, and I know many people have been, by 1 Corinthians 11:1, where Paul tells the Corinthian believers, follow me as I follow the example of Christ. So I need to make sure I am setting a good example so that I can rightly tell the guys that I meet with, hey, follow me as I follow the example of Christ, and bring them alongside me. So that's been That's been really fun. It's been very encouraging to see the faithfulness of our students that still are plugging away at meeting with us and meeting with each other. So that's been really, really good in the midst of all this. So for a lot of you, you have a desire to continue conversations, and we want to continue the conversation. So we have Marco Polo. If you want to download it too and reach out to us with prayer requests or anything that you want to say or ask about anything that's going on here, about our move to Albuquerque, please do so. Reach out to me through email, ask for my phone number, which is usually at the bottom of the email. My email address and phone number are usually at the bottom of this email, so you can reach out to me through that. Because we want to stay in contact with you as much as we can, and with the technology, the way it's increasing right now with video communications and things like Marco Polo, it's a lot easier to do so. So we have a desire to do that. So please reach out if you want. The last thing I'll update you guys on is our move to Albuquerque. We are so excited. Just last night, we got to Zoom with 9 University of New Mexico students. And it is so exciting what God is already doing among the students there. So as a staff team, the 2 other couples that we are joining with in this endeavor just got so pumped up last night. We were talking about it afterwards just a little bit, and just the excitement that the students have fuels our excitement, and we are ready to get on campus. Our move there, we have a target move date of May 27th. We have a house. God worked amazing things in selling our house and helping us find a house in Albuquerque at the right time, at the right price, in the right place that we believe in. It's just incredible. So there's so many details that I wish I could share with you in this short video, but I just don't have the time, and neither do you. So I get it. But God was in the mix from the very beginning and even before that. So we are just beyond excited to move. More than likely, Albuquerque will still be in some early stages of the phase 1 of the reopening. They're taking their sweet time in the reopening process. They've extended some new orders to May 15th. So please pray for the state of Albuquerque, or state of New Mexico, sorry, and the city of Albuquerque, that God would lift the pandemic, not just there, but also across the world, and that the reopening of America can go smoothly and well, and that we would be able to move and start plugging into the community there with less hesitation, less paranoia, less apprehension than we would if we're still in the midst of it. But regardless, we're going to seek to glorify God in all that we do in the move. So, just thank you for praying. Thank you for being a part of our team. And man, we are so stinking excited about what God is doing in the midst of this pandemic with the students that we have, with our personal ministry here, and then what he's going to be doing and what he's already doing in Albuquerque, and just setting things up for our staff team. So please reach out if you have any questions about anything specific, and I would love to respond. So we pray that each one of you are staying safe, doing well, and making the most, looking for your pandemic positive in all of this. So we love all of you, and we hope you have a great rest of your week, a great rest of your month of April, and a great rest of your spring semesters and the beginnings of your summer.